so many great movies and films are on streaming platforms now.
Expert Mike Muse says big budget action sequels like Top Gun Maverick or films with advanced technology and strong audio and visual effects are what motivates moviegoers.
There are those type of films you want to see in a theater versus seeing it in your home. But if we don't see a large swath of those, I think we'll see the numbers kind of stay relatively the same, slight uptick, but not at pre-pandemic levels.
So the next time you're considering where to watch your film of choice, don't count out movie theaters just yet. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I would not count out the movie theater. That's where the best popcorn is.
Oh, okay.
That's the first thing that popped into my head.
So that would be your reason to go to the theater then?
Yeah. Are you pro theater, or now after the pandemic you're a little more comfortable at home?
I've always been a little bit more comfortable at home, and the snacks are cheaper.
But what? Okay, yes. But what about the reclining chairs? I don't know what it is about someone else making the food for me, doing the dishes, even if it's just
There's
popcorn
the
and
convenience
Junior Mints.
factor. Yes. I mean, they're both great.
But then I end up falling asleep anyway, so I might as well be at home. Okay, anyways, if you are headed outside today, make sure you grab a jacket. It is a cold start, even colder than yesterday morning. We're going to see a beautiful sunrise soon in the Tri-Cities. That's a live look right now from your Legend Skycam network camera in Richland. We'll have a forecast in just 30 seconds.
Plus, the city of Pasco has been considering allowing cannabis to be sold within the city limits for quite some time, and last night's meeting brings a new idea for how to make that decision. And a shooting in Pasco leaves a teen seriously injured and police reaching out for witnesses. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Brianna Berman Solo. It is 6 o'clock this morning. The sun's going to be coming out soon. Let's take a live look right now. As we're watching the sun come out soon, you'll notice a cloudy start. The light helping us from the Legend Skycam network camera. Another look from Richland, and you'll notice a lack of ice. That's why I want to bring up this camera. We could bring up cameras, and we have been throughout the show, of snow across the region. This is not a camera showing snow, but you are seeing now that, again, daylight is happening right now, or the very first peak at early morning light, frost out on our rooftops. And this indicates we could see some frost or even black ice forming out on our bridges and overpasses that tend to cool off quickly down below freezing overnight, even if our normal road surface temperatures are above freezing. So that was a long way to say watch for ice in the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla, and watch for a few more flurries, where we saw about a half a foot of snow in some areas in the Kittitas, northern portion of the Kittitas Valley. Cle Elum is still cold this morning, still seeing a little bit of moisture, and even just half an inch on top of half a foot from yesterday. Anything that is refreezing will create very slick conditions for our friends in Ellensburg, Yakima. You may see another light dusting of snow after your early morning snow yesterday. Otherwise dry once again in the Tri-Cities, even colder than yesterday. 22 degrees right now. We'll be in the 20s and 30s. Watch for ice for the morning drive. And then it's a green light forecast, chilly but dry with clearing skies for this Tuesday evening. Jill?
Another council meeting, another postponed vote on whether cannabis shops will be allowed in Pasco. These debates have been going on for months, bringing residents in and asking their opinions. In January, council adopted a resolution identifying a preference for allowing retail cannabis sales in the industrial zoning districts, only to be rescinded last month. And it was another night of disappointment for some last night, as the council agreed to put off a vote to their next meeting. But a new idea was brought, sending it out as an advisory vote in an upcoming election for the people of Pasco to decide. That will be voted on in the next meeting, and if the council votes to keep the decision to themselves, the decision should come at that meeting as well.
I think this sounds like a good compromise, because I think everyone's going to leave here unhappy.
I'll stay.
This means another 2 weeks at least before a decision. Tonight, only on Cap KVUE Local News, moments from last night's meeting. Police are working to identify a suspect after someone shot a teenage boy in Pasco Monday evening. Police say the shooting happened near a busy shopping center on North 20th Avenue just after 6:30 p.m. We're told the victim walked into the Rite Aid, but that the shooting did not happen inside the business. The teen is seriously injured, and police say there may be several witnesses.
There's multiple people that witnessed, and we don't know if they're suspects or they witnessed it and they ran, so we have no idea.
Police say the shooting itself happened in an area behind the shopping center, which is adjacent to Isaac Stevens Middle School and only a few blocks from a Pasco police station. We'll continue to update you as we learn more about this investigation. Washington Department of Ecology officials are looking closer at air pollution issues in areas that may have been overlooked, including in southeastern and central Washington. KapKV's Emily Goodell tells us they're taking new steps to investigate the depth of the problem.
Air pollution is everywhere, but the Climate Control Act has the Washington Department of Ecology focusing on communities that meet two thresholds.
The first one is that they are overburdened, which essentially means that they historically have to meet certain levels of socio-economic, environmental and health disparities. And then the second thing is that community would also need to be highly impacted by a type of air pollution we refer to as criteria air pollutants.
Communities that have a problem but may have been overlooked in the past.
What the Climate Commitment Act does is it recognizes that, right? And it says it's time for us to do something about that.
Communities like Tri-Cities to Wallula, struggling with ozone on hot summer days when two forms of air pollution, typically from cars and trucks, collide. And in East Yakima, the Lower Yakima Valley, Moxie Valley, and Ellensburg, where the main struggle is with PM 2.5.
Particulate matter comes predominantly from wildfire smoke in the summer months and wood burning related to home heating in the wintertime.
Most have air monitoring, but Ecology says it's not enough.
We have a general idea of what's going on in all the communities, but that air monitoring that we're going to do when we expand is going to give us a lot more information.
Information to help them understand more about what's causing the problem and how they might go about fixing it.
And we're going to make sure that these communities get the attention that they deserve on some of the impacts that they've been experiencing with air pollution for a very, very long time. So in a sense, this is a way to start to right some of those injustices from the past.
Reporting, Emily Goodell, KapKV Local News.
Ecology officials say they're also in conversations with tribes across the state, including the Yakima tribes, about working together on air quality monitoring. 5 people have to find a new place to stay after fire damaged their Walla Walla duplex early Sunday morning. Fire crews were called to a fire on Delaware Street around 3:50 a.m. The fire had been burning for some time, but crews managed to contain it to the basement. Walla Walla Fire Department Deputy Fire Chief says the cause is still under investigation, but it's possible the fire started because of overcrowding near a space heater. He wants to stress the importance of keeping things away from heaters and making sure you're not overloading electrical outlets.
Space heaters are notorious for causing fires. One, we tend to forget about them and store stuff too close to them, and two, they draw a lot of power, and so they put a lot of stress on the circuits, which can overload circuits and cause problems as well. So,
firefighters stayed on the scene for about 3 hours after it was out to make sure there were no flare-ups. The deputy chief says working fire alarms were in place at this duplex, which likely saved lives. The Walla Walla Tool Library is open to the community as a resource for renting tools and equipment. Volunteers at Walla Walla University run this program, and they want to empower community members. KapKV's Riley Fitzgerald reports there are more goals for this library than just rentals.
Sometimes, when you have all the right tools, something great can be built. In this case, it took volunteers at Walla Walla University to put perfect pieces together to build the Walla Walla Tool Library. It started with the Center for Humanitarian Engagement at Walla Walla University. They had hundreds of tools and pieces of equipment they've used throughout decades of service work in the region.
We have these tools that we've been using for 29 years for different service days and different things, and we've been adding to them as we've been going out to do disaster response.
With this collection and their inherent desire for service, volunteers say it was clear they should share with the community.
And we needed saws, we needed drills, we needed to add things to it, and as we were accumulating tools, I said, well, that doesn't make sense for us to be the only ones that can use them.
One student and project specialist who has been helping with this library says she likes the word empowerment for this project.
All I want to do personally in my career and in my life is to help empower people, to build a stronger neighborhood, right?
A big piece of this tool library is sustainability. Why buy expensive tools if you're only going to use them once when you can just rent them?
It's really not super sustainable if, maybe you need an auger for one project to drill holes for your fence. You just need that one time. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars.
They're also hoping this project won't just be a rental resource. Through the university, it can also be an educational resource. The community can come in and learn, and the students can get skills experience by teaching.
My 6-year-old probably says it best. It's a library where you can make noise. You know, it's a library where you can come and borrow these tools, loan these tools out, and hopefully save you some money.
It just opened last Tuesday, but so far it seems like they've nailed it. In College Place, Riley Fitzgerald, Cap KVUE Local News. Sometimes when
There's a membership fee of $25 per year. You can find the hours on our website, and you can also see the Walla Walla Tool Library at the upcoming College Place Farmers Markets, as well as the Walla Walla Summerfest. Coffee, art, and conversations. That's the idea behind Cafe Con Arte, a new space under development in downtown Pasco. Saul Martinez and Alexia Estrada are the founders of this community space. It'll be part coffee shop, part art gallery, and they hope to host workshops and other events in the future. The duo says they want to open up the world of visual arts to people who may not seek out art galleries. While they've secured the building, they need the community's help to get this one-of-a-kind space up and running as soon as they can.
The biggest piece is that we need to get up to city code and get those ADA requirements, and we want to open doors as soon as possible. So the Kickstarter is there so that community can pledge, so that we can make the adjustments needed so that we can open doors.
Hoping that the nonprofit side can bring in the workshops, the classes, the gallery, and bring in the artwork that we can't get here locally.
Cafe Con Arte will also feature local art and be a space to gather. That Kickstarter can be found online. We have a link on our website, yaktrinews.com. Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Oh, you can almost feel the bitterly cold air, Jill, from this camera. Mount Spokane, higher elevations, single digits for the wind chill, so it's going to be a cold day to go skiing. Otherwise, sunshine returning to the valleys, and we'll see seasonal temperatures return before we know it. Your extended outlook coming up.
Plus, millions of Americans are facing food insecurity as the price of groceries continues to rise and SNAP benefits come to an end.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
We protect your house.
We're gonna do this!
And your car.
We need to keep our energy up. I want to take me to Funky Town.
Because we know they're the launching pad to their dreams. And now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
Celebrate the Oscars this Sunday on Cap KVUE.
The U.S. is taking significant steps to combat food insecurity around the world. Pandemic-era supply chain issues, catastrophic climate events, and international conflicts all culminating in higher food prices abroad and here at home. But as many Americans are already contending with higher tabs at the grocery store, millions of households are set to see key additional benefits expire, which could lead to a bigger hunger crisis in some communities. Mike Valerio is in Los Angeles with the story.
The war in Ukraine exacerbating global food insecurity. Last week, the Biden administration announced 3 new partnerships in an effort to boost Ukraine's agricultural sector and help supply the country's grain to the world.
We've got to do 2 things at once. Get food to the hungry now, but also help countries build up their agricultural productivity and resilience.
The conflict directly hitting supplies of critical foodstuffs like wheat, corn, and sunflower oil, while also impacting global agricultural production.
Here's the thing that will affect the United States. 25% of the world's export of nitrogen-based fertilizer comes from Russia, Ukraine. And we don't have a viable substitute for that yet.
Here at home, many Americans feeling the effects, and for some, it could get worse.
We're preparing for an increased demand for food.
The rising cost of food is now set to collide with an end to COVID-era food assistance policy that increased SNAP benefits.
It's almost a twofold effect. The benefit levels going down, and people are already struggling with high food prices.
An estimated 16 million households receiving SNAP benefits will see them decrease by at least $95 a month beginning this month. But as food banks prepare to provide increased assistance to those in need, there is hope that a strong jobs market and improving wages will soften the blow. In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
The reduction in benefits impacts people in 32 states and the District of Columbia. And while experts say the reduced benefits will likely be felt across the board by those in need, food scarcity is more likely to impact Black Americans and households with children, according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau. Coming up, the state of California continues to get slammed with record snow. Some residents are stuck standing by and waiting for aid. And Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo will return with a look at your first alert forecast.
What are the biggest operational challenges on your farm? Data management and displays? Navigating the John Deere Operations Center? Equipment setup and in-field adjustments? If you have precision agriculture questions, we have the Precision Ag Answers. Join RDO Equipment Company's team of experts for Precision Ag Answers, a collection of videos covering John Deere precision ag technology. Everything from quick tips to basic how-tos and in-depth tutorials.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Next Extra, Courtney Cox takes a stab at Scream 6.
It's for you.
We've got the Scream Queen talking all about filming the killer franchise in New York with Wednesday's Jenna Ortega. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KView.
The easiest bank shot you'll ever make is at Legends Casino Hotel, where you can turn $1,000 into $10,000 every Thursday. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries into the drawings all month long. Winners will have 3 chances to multiply $1,000 by 2, 3, 4, even 10 times. Play Bank Shot in March and you could be marching all the way to the bank with a basket full of cash. Only at Legends Casino Hotel, within 3-point winning distance.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Watch Thursday at 9 on ABC and Cap KView, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health, providing compassionate, high-quality care for over 75 years.
Next live, Margot Martindale and Duchess Sarah Ferguson.
Plus, on March 13th, Live returns to the Oscar stage for Live's After Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Cap KView.
Fly the Northwest over Canfield Mountain. Cap KView local news at 6 tonight. Now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Bermansolo.
All right, we're starting to see first morning light, and we don't see a lot of blue sky just yet. Clouds for the first part of the day in the Tri-Cities. This is a live look right now from the Legend Skycam Network camera, and I bring it up because you notice how quiet it is. No snow out on the roads compared to about a half a foot of snow for our friends right along the eastern slopes of the Cascades in Ellensburg. Yakima picking up snow yesterday. Today's just frost to watch out for on your lawns, your rooftops, and black ice is possible on our bridges and overpasses. Those areas tend to freeze first when it's cold like this overnight, and it's only in the 20s right now in the Tri-Cities. Mostly cloudy, mostly dry. We are seeing flurries pop up between Yakima and the Tri-Cities right now. So watch for ice. Even just half an inch of new snowfall on top of any snow that accumulated yesterday in Yakima and Toppenish will create slick conditions, especially tonight once temperatures warm up a bit. We see any snow melting, refreezing overnight. But again, here's another look at a very dry picture. 6 o'clock this morning through the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. East of even Prosser, we get some nice clearing, so those clouds will clear through the morning hours in the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Pendleton, and they are nice clouds for the Cascades today. We see another inch or so for anyone headed up to go skiing in the Washington portion of the Cascades. Then we shift our attention as we stay dry overnight to the east, to the Oregon portion, right over the Oregon state line of the higher elevations, and the Cascades pick up a third morning of light snowfall, another inch or two for skiers, snowboarders Wednesday morning, and you may see a light dusting over our valley locations to the west as well. So from Yakima to Tri-Cities, two different pictures here, and the farther east you go, the more clearing we get before we see another round of snow by Thursday in the blues. A lot going on, but for the most part, snow should be light compared to a foot of snow in the Cascades. Yesterday, we just get a couple more inches every morning this week to watch out for. 45 degrees, sunshine returns Tuesday afternoon in Yakima. It will be a chilly day. Keep your warm jackets all day long. Winter's not done yet, but temperatures are seasonal. 49 degrees this afternoon, above freezing in the Tri-Cities. Walla Walla chilly, 50 degrees, sunshine returning later today. And we see the next chance of spring showers by Thursday night in the Tri-Cities, off and on showers Friday, then warming up close to 60 degrees by Monday. Don't forget to set your clocks forward 1 hour, or your cell phones will do it for you on Sunday. Daylight saving time begins, and we see 50s by next Monday. Dry weather in Yakima, showers returning Friday of this week. Jill?
Parts of California are bracing for more snow in the coming days, with people still trapped in the Sierra Nevada mountains from more than 3 feet of snow that fell in less than 24 hours this weekend. ABC's Melissa Adon reports from Los Angeles.
Another round of record-breaking snow in the west. Up to 5 more inches for California's Sierra Nevada mountains. Over 48 feet of snow already fallen this season.
This place is a disaster zone.
The snow piling up, blanketing on roofs, swallowing homes, and creating rolling avalanches.
We were just sinking to our hips, essentially. And we could make barely any progress.
For 2 days, Cole White and a friend were trapped on a snowy mountain, huddled together for warmth, fearing they would die before being rescued. They made it out alive, but officials warn it could take days to reach others stuck in the snow.
We have snow plows, but it's just too thick and it's too hard, and they're just not equipped for this kind of ice. It's just too much.
Crews clearing roads, removing more than 2,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of snow from San Bernardino County alone. Placer County under a state of emergency with no power, water, or internet service. And in Nevada City, trees and power lines are down.
Snow just kept building, and this tree just kept leaning more and more. And then eventually it gave way, and the power lines were holding it up.
Neighbors forced to trudge through the snow for food, water, and gas. Tough to do in blizzard conditions and near zero visibility in many areas.
Just hiking back now with the food. I'm actually trying to get to Hilltop.
Okay.
That's the only place we can get phone service to make a phone call.
While mountain communities in Southern California do have a break in the forecast of no snow, residents there can expect some windy conditions as work continues to bring them much needed aid. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, Norfolk Southern, the transportation company at the center of multiple derailments across the country, has just announced a new safety plan.
A collision at only 20 miles per hour can still cause serious injuries, even with safety belts and airbags. If you've been injured, call a law firm that takes all injuries seriously. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Prosser Women's Health Center OBGYN Dr. Heidi Weaver provides the full spectrum of obstetrics and gynecological care, including pregnancy care and help for menstrual disorders and endometriosis. Her services also include infertility treatments. If you struggle to conceive, there is hope. Schedule an appointment today with Dr. Heidi Weaver at the Prosser Women's Health Center by calling 509-786-0031 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
The goal at High Point Kitchen and Bath is to offer high-quality products, a large selection, and a personal touch. That's hard to find these days. Whether you're replacing a kitchen faucet or designing your dream bathroom, High Point offers the latest styles in bath and kitchen design from leading manufacturers like Kohler, Moen, and Brizo. Before you start that next project, meet with one of our showroom consultants to see the many styles and features available in today's fixtures. We are always excited to help create a space you'll love.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
A collision at only 20 miles per hour can still cause serious injuries, even with safety belts and airbags. If you've been injured, call a law firm that takes all injuries seriously. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Portion of CapKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It is 6:26 on this beautiful Tuesday morning. This is such a neat live shot right now. This is one of the cameras up at Snoqualmie, the summit, and about halfway up the mountain, the icicles have been forming and it looks like they're not clearing them just yet. They're just hanging off the trees. Just a sign that we've seen melting, refreezing, warmer temperatures, and that's all going to be happening in the valley locations today. We take a look at snow that will be falling in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys once again this morning, but unlike yesterday, very light snowfall, ice potential for everyone, and we'll see sunshine turning to 40s. It's chilly but dry for the evening hours once that sun goes down for your Tuesday afternoon forecast. Jill?
Norfolk Southern says it's making safety-based changes. This after 2 Norfolk Southern trains derailed in Ohio in roughly a month. John Lawrence reports.
For Norfolk Southern, it was like deja vu all over again. On Saturday, one of the company's trains derailed in Springfield, Ohio.
I started recording and you could see the train like get off into gravel and then it started collapsing and backing up.
There were no injuries reported in Saturday's accident, and the track in that area is reopened with no risk to nearby residents, according to local officials.
There were 4 tanker cars, but they were not carrying hazardous materials, and they did not carry hazardous materials prior to the derailment.
But the Norfolk Southern derailment last month in East Palestine, Ohio, did have hazardous materials, and the National Transportation Safety Board is taking a closer look.
We will look at their management practices, their policies. We'll also look at safety culture. That's an important part of this.
Norfolk Southern says it's addressing this issue with a 6-point plan focused on boosting safety, including the enhancement of the hot-bearing detectors, which can trigger an alarm if a potential failure or high temperatures are detected.
We're cooperating with the NTSB, we're cooperating with the local, state, federal resources to make sure that we investigate them fully, understand what could be done better, and make Norfolk Southern an even safer railroad.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The Environmental Protection Agency says the removal of contaminated soil in East Palestine began on Saturday and could take up to 2 months to complete. Coming up next, federal authorities are searching for 4 Americans kidnapped at gunpoint in Mexico.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials plus liquidation prices on all 20 to 22 RVs. Nobody will beat our prices. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup.
It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups and get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We'll remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back into the bag.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
Welcome to Sage Brewing Company. We're the Tri-Cities premier location for great beer and a laid-back environment. Come and try our new Hanson Park location where we've got a fully covered patio to host you and your four-legged friend. Come for the beer, stay for the fun. We'll see you at Sage Brewing Company.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Class A and C motorhomes. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
The FBI is offering $50,000 for information on the whereabouts of 4 Americans kidnapped at gunpoint while in Mexico. And a rash of airline incidents in recent months as a man attempted to open an emergency exit door in the middle of a flight. Plus, it's another morning where we see snow to the west and dry, sunny conditions to the east. I'll let you know when that sunshine returns for everyone today in your Tuesday forecast right now on Good Morning Northwest.
From Cap KVU Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Brianna Berman Solo. Happy Tuesday. It is 6:32 on this beautiful morning. We love the early sunrises that will be going back to an hour later this weekend. But hey, it's just a sign that spring's almost here. The days are getting a little bit longer. and we've got winter holding on as well. A lot to talk about this morning.
Yes, definitely. It feels good though. The sunrises feel great.
It does. Before we get to spring, let's talk about winter conditions right now. I mentioned snow is in the forecast, and this is for areas that already saw snow yesterday. So taking a look right now at the temperatures that are technically below freezing, we just don't have the moisture like we had in Yakima Valley and Kittitas Valley yesterday. So again, if you have snow on the ground right now from yesterday morning's very quick, a few hours of snow event yesterday, you're going to see another half an inch or so in Cle Elum, Ellensburg, Yakima, where we saw 2 to 6 inches, and it was completely dry to the east, but much colder here. Dry, cold air in the Tri-Cities, 22 degrees, puts us at an even colder spot than yesterday morning. If you needed a jacket and gloves yesterday for work or for school, make sure you have them again today. 28 degrees right now below freezing in Moses Lake, 26 degrees in Walla Walla. Ice will be a concern for everyone with temperatures this cold, and again with moisture in some spots. We'll see frost, if not areas of black ice on our bridges and overpasses. They tend to freeze first. Yellow light forecast switches. We can take away the caution alert for you to a green light forecast this evening. It is cold, but we're dry, and we'll talk about what to expect for spring showers coming up for the end of the week on this Tuesday morning. First though, Jill, I'll send it back over to you.
An urgent search is underway for a group of Americans kidnapped across the border in Mexico. They were in a minivan with North Carolina plates, apparently traveling for cosmetic surgery in a region controlled by a powerful drug cartel. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
This morning, a $50,000 reward is being offered in the search for 4 Americans violently kidnapped in Mexico. Video appears to show a group of heavily armed men taking the victims at gunpoint after the victims crossed into the Mexican state of Matamoros. The FBI is investigating the video, which ABC News was not able to verify overnight.
These sorts of attacks are unacceptable. We will continue to coordinate with Mexico and push them to bring those responsible to justice.
The State Department is working with Mexico's government to find the Americans identified as Latavia Tay McGee, Shaid Woodard, Zindell Brown, and Eric Williams.
When I found out he was en route in Mississippi.
Brown's family says they spoke to him the day before he was kidnapped.
I felt a little uneasy. Like I said, Friday morning, I texted and I didn't get anything.
McGee's mother says her daughter traveled from South Carolina to Mexico to get a Brazilian butt lift. The Biden administration is advising Americans not to travel to that part of Mexico due to the risk of crime and kidnapping, putting the region and others on the level 4 do not travel list, the same travel warning issued for Syria and Iraq.
We encourage Americans to heed that advice.
And with spring break season upon us, the level 4 travel warning also includes the resort city of Acapulco. Experts say if you are visiting the area, vary your route when driving from point A to point B. Stay close to wherever you're visiting. And to avoid making yourself a target, leave your flashy jewelry at home.
The FBI is asking for the public's help identifying the armed men in that video. China's foreign minister says there will surely be conflict and confrontation if the U.S. does not hit the brakes. Qin Gang suggested the recent balloon crisis could have been avoided, and he also echoed accusations from the Chinese president saying the U.S. is trying to contain China's development. These digs came on the sidelines of China's National People's Congress, a key annual political event. Ties between the two countries are at their worst in decades. The U.S. claims it seeks to compete with China, but does not seek conflict. This morning, federal authorities are investigating a growing number of air travel incidents. In just the last 2 days, we've seen near collisions, a bird strike, and an attack on flight crew with passengers taking down the suspect. ABC's Lindsay Watts is in Washington with new video this morning.
Where are they diverting us? Because wherever it is, there's going to be a bloodbath.
This morning, new video of a terrifying mid-air attack.
Since I'm taking over this plane.
Authorities say a man on a United Airlines flight from Los Angeles to Boston tried to open the emergency exit door mid-flight. They say he later attempted to use a jagged metal spoon he allegedly broke in the bathroom to stab a flight attendant. Passengers wrestling him to the floor as the pilot declares an emergency. United Airlines thanking the quick action of our crew and customers.
All flight attendants are given a certain amount of training on self-defense, but that should not be in their job description to have mortal combat with somebody in the back. That is totally unacceptable.
Also on Monday, more close calls between passenger planes, including 2 United jets that clipped wings as one pushed back from the gate. No one was hurt. Over the weekend, more chaos after a bird strike on a Southwest flight from Cuba to Florida. Southwest says multiple birds hit the engine. Smoke entered the cabin, and the pilot had to make an emergency landing, with passengers escaping down emergency slides.
Explosion. A lot of smoke. We couldn't breathe.
This all comes after a string of close calls, including one in January at New York's JFK Airport. The NTSB says an American plane crossed an active runway without approval from air traffic controllers, coming within 1,000 feet of a Delta plane. Experts say the air traffic controller who alerted the pilot averted a catastrophe.
This could have been the worst aviation disaster in U.S. history.
Some experts say these close calls are evidence the airline industry is struggling to keep up with post-pandemic travel. The FAA is set to hold a safety summit next week. Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, temperatures again are chilly this morning. We're in the teens and 20s as far as wind chills go. Our snow will be light today before spring sunshine returns this afternoon. Your forecast ahead.
Plus, a group of snowmobilers in Idaho get an up-close and personal look at a moose while on the trail.
Celebrate the Oscars this Sunday on Cap KVO.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
From Cap KView, this is Medically Speaking.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT, only at your local Ford dealer.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Come fly with us over a beautiful mountain with awesome views.
You could bring the whole family. Highly suggest it, and please, it's really good. Go up there and see it for yourself.
Fly the Northwest over Canfield Mountain. Cap gave you local news at 6 tonight.
Next live, Margot Martindale and Duchess Sarah Ferguson. Plus, on March 13th, Live returns to the Oscar stage for Live's After Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Cap KView.
A close call between snowmobilers and a moose. It was all caught on camera.
Yeah, well, 2 brothers were snowmobiling with a group in Idaho when this happened. And you should never get this close to a moose. And Making yourself look big and intimidating is good advice to deal with a bear. Not so much for these guys. Jeremiah Bigelow explains what they were thinking in the situation.
What we should have done is when the moose got in trail, he was going to charge, the moose was going to charge us no matter what. So once it was a false charge, we should have gotten our sleds turned around, and then my brother should have given it more space and just given it space to do its thing. It just happened really fast.
The good news is everyone is okay. Experts say if you find yourself in a similar situation to this one, running away is the best idea. Moose typically won't chase you like a bear or other wild predator. You should try to put something solid between yourself and the moose if you are in this close of quarters. And again, the advice is just to run away. If you can just remember one thing, do not stick around.
Absolutely. Moose tend to be a little territorial, don't they?
They're big.
Yeah.
They're big animals. Give them lots of space. And hey, I'm territorial about where we live. This time of year is so beautiful. We start to see longer days, which means our sun is coming out a little bit earlier each day. We inch closer to spring. We'll have your weekend forecast coming up.
And a deadline is hanging over the heads of Washington state lawmakers as we could see a number of bills fast-tracked within the next 48 hours. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
There will always be bumps in the road. But we got guts, America. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way.
Get 0% for 36 months plus $2,000 on a qualifying trade for an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Your hometown store has a wide selection of everything egg-related. Plus, we're the largest Purina dealer in Hermiston. Products you trust from people who care. Northwest Farm Supply in Prosser, Hermiston, and Othello.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with the product so good, you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVUE. Now, Cap KVUE First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo.
All right, check out this beautiful view of a stormy look right now. This is live from the Legends Skycam Network camera. A few flurries from these very dark clouds on the way. Otherwise, you'll notice frost and quiet conditions Some of this could create slick spots, especially bridges, overpasses. Those tend to freeze first on these very cold mornings. Our temperatures are well below freezing, 10 degrees below freezing. We're at 22 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. Dry, cold air here. We're seeing flurries and slightly warmer temperatures. Still cold enough for snow between Yakima and Hanford right now. So you'll see a few flurries to the west. It's mostly cold and dry air impacting the eastern part of the Mid-Columbia. Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Pendleton included in this today. 20s and 30s this morning. It's chilly in the 40s and 50s this afternoon. The Blues see a shot at an inch or two of snow this afternoon, as well as the Washington portion of the Cascades, and a little bit heavier rain-snow mix transitioning to the Oregon portion of the Cascades by tonight. The clock, 10 o'clock this evening, another round of snow. This will be the third morning. If it snows tomorrow morning, we've already seen flurries in the Yakima Valley. Third morning in a row where we see flurries creating just enough accumulation for slick, icy conditions. So watch for that. We can say the majority of mornings this week now, and we'll shift our transition back to the Blues and the southern portion of Pendleton for that light snow by Thursday. So light snow everywhere. We're just shifting locations. Today, 6 o'clock, it looks like Yakima Valley and Cle Elum, the northern portion of the Kittitas Valley, best chance for snow today, otherwise dry everywhere. And we see that sunshine return, clearing parting skies by the afternoon. 45 degrees in Yakima, chilly, but again, blue skies to finish the day. 49 degrees, cold. You'll need a warm jacket all day in the Tri-Cities, but we get up above freezing. Seasonal temperatures in Walla Walla, Pendleton, low 50s today. Once winter kind of comes to an end here, we see spring showers on Friday. Temperatures will be warming up into the mid-50s. We've got sunshine on the way for the weekend. Set those clocks forward 1 hour Sunday morning, or your cell phones will do it for you now. Just a sign that daylight saving time begins. We're going to see longer days and 50 degrees on Monday. Pretty cold though this morning in Yakima as well. Flurries to start, sunshine returning this afternoon. Jill?
State lawmakers are facing a looming deadline to get proposals out of one chamber and into the other one before Wednesday night. That means we're likely to see a lot of quick votes over the next 48 hours. KapKV's Alyssa Warner has details.
As of right now, a proposal to ban certain chemicals from cosmetics and personal care items like soap is out of the House and on its way to the Senate. So is a proposal named in part after Lucian Munguia that would create more online resources for families when a loved one goes missing. A bill that was intended to make school breakfast and lunch free for all students in Washington has had some limits placed on it, so it's not quite universal school meals anymore, but it has also passed the House and work is underway in the Senate. Lawmakers in the Senate have approved a bill that would make it so your insurance can't charge a copay or make you hit your deductible before you can get coverage for an abortion. That proposal is now before the House. And they've advanced a proposal that could make it easier to sue gun makers, also now in the House's hands. In the House, 2 new gun control proposals are on the voting list. One of them would require a permit in order to buy a gun, and the other would ban certain types of guns in the state of Washington. The state Senate is also preparing to vote on a bill that would allow psilocybin, which is a chemical taken from magic mushrooms, to be used in therapy sessions. And they're preparing to vote on whether the legal limit for DUI should be moved to 0.05 instead of 0.08. The deadline for those votes is Wednesday. For KapKV Local News, I'm Alyssa Warner.
I'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a new warning about employment scams.
Hello, this is a courtesy invitation to work with Amazon from home.
Experts saying this is not a real request.
Make up to $400 in a day.
But one in an arsenal of more sophisticated methods that scammers are using to steal thousands of dollars from job seekers. In a new report from the Better Business Bureau, employment scams listed as the second riskiest of all the scams they track, saying the frequency at which they're being reported in the agency's scam tracker increasing 23% from 2021 to 2022.
A lot of workers don't want to go back to an office. Unfortunately, scammers know this, so they're setting up fake websites and they're luring people in with that.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert tips every job seeker needs to know to get that dream position without getting scammed. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, New York.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to Brianna's local forecast in a moment, but first a look at this morning's top stories. Police are working to identify a suspect after someone shot a teenage boy in Pasco Monday evening. Police say the shooting happened near a busy shopping center on North 20th Avenue just after 6:30 p.m. We're told the victim walked into the Rite Aid, but that the shooting did not happen inside the business. The teen is seriously injured, and police say there may be several witnesses. Authorities report the shooting itself happened in an area behind the shopping center adjacent to Isaac Stevens Middle School and only a few blocks from a Pasco police station. There's been another postponed vote on whether cannabis shops will be allowed in Pasco. These debates have been going on for months. In January, the council adopted a resolution identifying a preference for allowing retail cannabis sales in the industrial zoning districts, only to be rescinded last month. And last night, the council agreed to put off a vote to their next meeting, but a new idea was suggested, sending it out as an advisory vote in an upcoming election for the people of Pasco to decide. That will be voted on in the next meeting. This means another 2 weeks before a decision. Washington State Patrol is starting an emphasis patrol this weekend to remind drivers to move over and slow down when they see vehicles on the side of the road. Troopers say that applies if you see law enforcement officers who have pulled someone over, someone having issues with their car, construction crews, or transportation workers. Move over and slow down by at least 10 miles per hour or down to 50 miles an hour if you're on the freeway. Troopers say if you don't, it puts lives at risk. Patrols begin this weekend, but troopers say they'll be putting the focus on Yakima, Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla counties starting April 16th. Nearly a month after he was hit and killed while walking on State Route 240, the family of Rudy Madrigal is offering a $1,500 reward for information that leads to an arrest of the person responsible. Rudy's family is hoping another family never has to experience the grief they're going through, so they've partnered with On Time Taxi. If you're at a bar or club and need a safe ride home, all you have to do is call the taxi company at 509-619-0109 and ask for a ride on Rudy's tab, and the ride is free. If you have any information on Rudy's death, please contact Washington State Patrol.
Here's another look right now at the Legends Skycam Network camera in Richland, and showing you that the frost is still here. We saw this develop overnight. It's very chilly. The morning air, we're only in the 20s right now, condensing, and where in the summer months that might form dew out on our grass lawns, that moisture freezes instantly, and so you're going to see some of that freezing on any areas that are colder than freezing. Road surfaces like bridges, overpasses, unprotected roads may be slick this morning. We'll see a few flurries in the Yakima Valley, otherwise dry and sunny. Chilly today. Keep your warm jackets all day long, only slightly above freezing in Cle Elum, upper 30s today. Hanford, 49 degrees, seasonal but cold in the Tri-Cities, 20s right now. Wind chills in the teens. Make sure you have gloves, hats, and scarves. If you are outside this morning for even longer than 10 minutes, you'll want them to start the day. Then by this afternoon in Walla Walla, Dayton, Pendleton, the sunshine returns, 40s and 50s as well. It's going to be seasonal but chilly through the end of the week. Spring showers for one of these last few weeks of winter here, 2023. Spring showers make an appearance Thursday night through Friday in the Tri-Cities. Otherwise warming up. Our clocks go forward 1 hour on Sunday. Don't forget to set the daylight saving time in your minds that we're going to see longer days. We're getting closer to spring. 50 degrees Monday in Yakima after we start off with a whole new time schedule. And for this, the last few weeks of winter here for this March, chilly and even colder overnight. flurries should wrap up. Sunshine returns this afternoon. Jill?
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Cap KVUE Local News is back tonight at 5, and you can find the latest at yaktrinews.com.